You want me bad as ever. And close my bathroom door. Everyone, I'm in a new setup now. I have since moved since last time. That's another reason why I kind of excuse my messy bed. But we are back with a. We were in the middle of a trial last I left off, so and Instagram. Okay. If you hear any clicking from coming from my mouth, it's because I have a tongue piercing. I don't know if you can see on my. I was eating candy. I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury, and I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial rights to this procedure. Okay. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman? We are, my lord. Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime. Not gonna lie, I don't forgot a little bit of. Oh wait, no, it's Soseki-san being accused of stabbing a woman. We're trying to figure out if he's innocent, which I'm pretty sure he is. And we're going over yeah, we went over the route that he took home, and we surmised that he couldn't have done it because he would have had to go the other way. But I don't know what we're getting the jurors' opinion on again right here. The accuser left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his. If there was some novel alternative explanation about the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider. Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime. If the window was closed, can it? Dearie me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even with the direct hit. So you're saying that you hit somebody? Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tidy bit of trouble. Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me sneezes. Why is this old man up here? Yes. Considerably more tangible arguments from all the members of the jury this time around, it seems. You weren't listening, because two or three of those are, like, useless. With one notable exception, of course. My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime. Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way. That means, I'm afraid, that during the summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation for the facts. But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here? Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? Those two details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted. And there I was thinking this might be hard. But Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends. No pressure then. That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you are prepared, counsel? Oh, yes, my lord. Alright, Inosuke. Focus your mind now. Not the double smack. Clearly, the key to the summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid, or should I say, Miss Garadeb. We have a book that disappeared from Garadeb's house in the evening of the incident. And the 4th book found in the victim's hand. There must be a way to link the two. Yes, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far. Whatever it takes. Don't forget to keep an eye on Miss Garadeb and see how she reacts, even to the things other people say. Sorry, I got a message, I got a text. Accuser left behind evidence. Hold it! But as we now know, there are 4 books, not 3. Well, what difference does it make? Oh, okay. There we go. Oh my goodness, that scared me. Yeah, that's the part I have a problem with. Sorry? Well, at the point the woman was stabbed, this landlord fellow was at home, wasn't he? Enjoying a fiery scrap with his wife or something, you said. That's not exactly how I put it, no. Well, anyway, the point is, the fellow and his wife were somewhere else when it happened. Alibi. So, oh, sorry, my screen went black. There we go. So it couldn't have been the landlord who did it, which only leaves the Nipponese fellow. Honestly, I can't see what's all this blabbers about. It's a done deal, isn't it? I suppose it is, since I have nothing witty left to say. If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider. Hold it! So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean? Oh my, such delight on your face.
but I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you may think of me, I'm a very modern, metropolitan, and rational woman.
That's great.
If no one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So why read them in the first place? You see, modern, metropolitan, and rational thinking, wouldn't you say?
And not at all extreme.
As I see it, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man has been implicated by overwhelmingly strong testimony. So despite one or two minor puzzlements, I do declare that the man is overwhelmingly guilty. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic, wouldn't you say?
Overwhelmingly.
But us modern gals are always delighted to embrace new fads, you know. So I'd only be too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one.
I'd be happy to do that too, if only I could.
Let's do our very best not to disappoint the modern metropolitan lady.
Right. I'm glad you omitted rational there. Even if the woman was selling books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it? Even me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit. I'm coming with you. I'm gonna be on that in a second.
Hold it!
But what about the possibility that the window was open? What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been. How can you be so sure?
The prosecutor fellow over there said it earlier, didn't he?
Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. So no, that window wasn't open.
As long as it was like sitting by the fire and staying warm, you see.
But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you?
It just wasn't.
They wouldn't have opened it. Then what's the point of even having windows, huh? Counsel, you will kindly refrain from childish bickering. Oh, sorry. Somehow I need to show that there's an undeniable possibility that the window was open. Because this young man isn't going to budge otherwise.
Hold it!
But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not? With flames of love, I'll have you know. There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb. Well, he brought it upon himself. He's playing fire to betray a father love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree?
Oh, well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your own misunderstanding, Miss Garrett.
Never mind that. The point is, we were having a jovial little dispute, nothing more. And I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime.
Right. Well, we'll see about that. But what about juror number 5?
He doesn't seem to be turning a hair at Mr. Garrett's relentless onslaughts.
It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is.
Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in the tidy of trouble. I kind of want to press on him because if he's implying that because there was smoke in there that he would open the window.
Hold it!
Does that have anything to do with the decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sorry, what's that? You'll have to speak up, lad.
God. Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on the top, it did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? Was it some kind of devil worship?
Of course not. It was an angel cake to celebrate my birthday, obviously. It seems that it's common custom here in Britain, Mr. Nuttaholder. Anyway, I mustered up all my puff to blow them out. Oh, it must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but the candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
Definitely sounds like a devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold? But how did you catch a cold from a fire?
What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, blessed them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open up all the windows to clear it.
The windows?
The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I caught a terrible cold from it. It put me in the hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was devil worship all along. But something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. No, this is exactly what I just said. We need to demonstrate who, apart from Miss Matsumi, could have attacked the young woman on the street, as well as he or she could have done it. Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced they're right, even in the face of logical arguments on the contrary.
I think that you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
Yes. I don't necessarily need to find contradictions between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in for a strike.
That's the spirit.
Oof. I'm gonna pit you.
Objection!
These two jurors' statements clearly contradict one another. They do? How exactly, Cancel? Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me.
What's that? What you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
Juror number 3, do you see? Oh, me? See what, sir? Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter. Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the... Oh! Exactly. On the day in question, at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Gyaradev household. And Mrs. Gyaradev had the following to say about it. Oh, Mr. Gyaradev, sorry. The whole place filled with smoke.
Oh my! Excuse me!
Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that? Oh my goodness. Mrs. Gyaradev. Oh dearie me. What's the meaning of this? How dare you... Oh wait, I forgot her... What's the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am? It's imperative that you confirm something to the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now. What is it? When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window? Well, I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating? The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window. And what if we did? Oh, alright then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window. He deserved book battering. Even though your house was on fire, oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise. Of course, should have realized. That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruto. You've managed to establish that the window was open. You simply must have that added to Mrs. Gyarados' formal statement.
Hold it!
The fourth book found at the scene of the crime shows a very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Gyarados told us he had been reading. Well, I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you or did you not throw it at your husband? The copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading.
I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I ordered it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying an idiot, you're right.
Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset?
Because I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on, as well you know.
I really don't.
I barely noticed how it
Oh boy!
Much less the title of it.
Excuse me!
What is it, juror number 5? You know something. I remembered what it was. That memory I blocked out. It was listening to what Granny was saying. Brought it off, floating back. Oh.
Who are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mrs. Garrideb, or the maid, I'll have you know.
The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's so used to being hit all the time.
It was about 2 weeks ago now.
I just got back from home after work, I put my hand in my pocket for the wages I had earned that day, and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out. Oh dear, what a disaster.
You haven't heard the half of it, boy.
Oh?
The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I can hardly get the words out, but I told her straight, I've lost today's wages.
Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear. Stuck into the wall, but next to me it did. About an inch deep. No words, just terror. I could smell it then, the god-awful stench of the things. I was sure it was going to end up face down in the muddy banks that night, I can tell you.
Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it?
I'll never use the word lightly again. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When the woman loses their rage, when the woman loses their rag, they'll throw anything at you, knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined. No, I wasn't thinking that. Throwing household objects at people is, well, so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like. What? Attack? Who are you going to attack? Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think. Alright, I'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later, if I dare.
Hold it!
Your wife really threw a kitchen knife at you? That's right, she was chopping meat with it. Had a tiny edge on it, believe me. Still, it's all memories, isn't it? It started with that smile she threw me when we were courting. And since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown along our relationship. There was a cup and a glass and a pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, a cooker, a bathtub. A bathtub? Your wife must be even beefier than you. And things came to a head last week when she threw me right into the Thames. Still, she's not so bad when she's calmed down. She's a little sweetheart, really. I'm so happy for you.